Hi, I'm Nate Wakeford, your masculinity and mindset coach. And today I'm going to be talking about the role of discomfort and trauma in the development of masculine frame. I would say it's almost impossible to become a very strong man without having met adversity and challenge. It's through meeting challenge and adversity and difficulty that makes you stronger, that makes you more adept, that makes you more masterful in your craft. And I believe this is true about masculinity, accepting where the level of, let's call it challenge, of discomfort, is so persistent and enduring, and you have not yet the awareness and the resourcefulness to meet that challenge, or you haven't come to the recognition that you do have that resourcefulness and awareness to overcome the adversity and challenges that are being presented to you. Now, sometimes this can go on for a long time. I had been extensively bullied throughout my childhood. In my 20s, late 20s, began my path towards developing my masculinity and my masculine frame. And I began my rite of passage and healing the subconscious traumas that I had amassed through my childhood. I managed to survive, obviously, because I'm still talking to you now, but it was on reflection, that ability to persist even when I didn't have much to look forward to at school, the ability to persist even when I knew I was going to be bullied, or the majority of days I would be bullied, that ability to persist even when others didn't show me friendship, kindness, affection, acceptance, that made me tenacious. That made me very strong in my will, in my ability to persist in discomfort. So as those foundations, even though many times they were very difficult and confronting to me, especially as a little boy, they really set me up for success later in life. And I've heard that the right amount of trauma can be constructive. And I think that's true. The right amount of trauma, assuming you move beyond it, will set you up to become a high achiever. And I'm not sure that you get to choose that, but I know that you can remedy it. As in, I'm not sure that you choose how much trauma you experience when you're a child. But what I do know, regardless of what you experience, you are, as an adult, or the moment you have your own direction and compass and decision-making abilities, you can absolutely resolve that trauma or the challenges that you experience. You can restore your confidence. You can restore your self-esteem. You can restore your resourcefulness. You can build up trust. You can build up your ability to have conviction and make decisions for your greater good and well-being. You can overcome addictions. You can do it all, really, with the right awareness, the right strategies, and the right decisions. And this is where having a coach can be profound in supporting you to heal the subconscious traumas and wounds and give you new strategies, new possibilities, new outcomes to create your life with intention in a meaningful and powerful way. Essentially, the way I see it, the masculine frame needs to meet discomfort. So I've mentioned before that a little boy is raised in comfort by his mother. She nurses him, she cares for him, she holds him. I mean, the father's there as well, but it's often primarily the mother's role in the early infancy to nurture and take care of a baby. And she provides as much comfort and care as possible. And that's the nature of motherly love. Later on, the boy needs to learn to become independent. He needs to learn to confront and meet fear. He needs to learn how to meet discomfort and challenge and adversity, to know the strength of his abilities, to know his resourcefulness, to know his capacity for solving challenges and problems, to build the confidence in himself that he is capable of a worthy endeavor, that he can pursue what his desires in life in a way that he can build himself up, and through the consistent right action and accomplishment, build up his esteem, his character, his abilities, and ultimately become a master in his life path trajectory and the fulfillment of his purpose and legacy in life. So the man will, through meeting adversity and challenge, have him accomplish things that men who are not able to meet that same adversity and challenge, he becomes the victor. And this is seen in areas of business, and so in areas with the feminine. It's an area of competition amongst men. So that's why men are naturally competitive, because there is a pecking order. There is the more, the sigma male or the dominant man often has, as in nature, better access towards attractive women, or has a higher ability to ask for what he wants in terms of his financial success, or to create business success by being more strategic and better in the way that he's able to lead people around him towards a unified vision, and to create success in a way that the business thrives where many business fails. So competitiveness is at the heart of masculinity. It's a healthy competitiveness where you're not necessarily trying to bring another person down, but you are seeking to demonstrate your competence and capabilities and worthiness of the success. And everyone celebrates the champion. There is effort that's required, there's discipline, there's determination, there's focus, there's adversity, there's challenge to become a champion, to become a master in your field. And you must rise up through the ranks. And there's, in the field of masculinity, it's kind of fair game. If a man wins with integrity through those discipline and challenge and consistency, and through his physical prowess, through his dominance, he's going to be acclaimed, he's going to be honored, he's going to be recognized. And the weaker man, well, there's a bit of an inversion happening in society right now, but typically the less focused, less determined, the comfort-seeking man will not accomplish as much in life. He'll trade his success for comfort, for temporary comforts, for distractions, for self-medication in relationship to his circumstances, and perhaps denying his ability to change those circumstances. So for me, a big part of my journey into becoming a framed man was to lean into discomfort. I started to stand on nail boards. I started to do ice bars, temescals, which are like hot saunas. I started to meet my emotional discomforts. I was fasting. I became extremely disciplined, working out 10, 11 times a week, getting up at 4:45 a.m., leaning into discomfort with more discipline and consistency towards my outcomes with consistent right action. That is what helped me to build my masculine frame. It was leaning into discomfort, meeting my emotional discomfort, not avoiding it, doing the inner work. And that if you're trying to become a framed man and you're living a life of comfort and without discipline, without strong boundaries with yourself, without consistent right action, you're going to have a very difficult path, and you're really stacking the odds against you. The path is to have clarity on the type of man you wish to become, a model for yourself, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, a perfect day, a legacy, an outcome, an expression, a vision for yourself that inspires you, that you can consistently work towards with consistent right action and discipline. That is it. That's the path. And then to find a mentor, a brotherhood to support that path, to help you gain leverage such that when you encounter the obstacles, the challenges, you can move beyond them without getting discouraged, and you can move beyond them with grace, relative ease, to the person who feels under-resourced or without the awareness of how to resolve the challenges that are in front of him. And this is where the role of elders are so important in society, especially accomplished elders that have built themselves into becoming an extraordinary man, because they hold the wisdom of what it took to get there. They have overcome the challenges, the obstacles, and so they can provide guidance of how they accomplish that. They hold with them the confidence, the frequencies of resolution, because they had to find a way for themselves. And a lot of that wisdom is transferable when they've accomplished something that someone else is trying to accomplish. You know, they'll at least be able to put them on the right track. That man will still have to go through his own learnings, but the support of elders, the support of brothers who have already accomplished the level of success that you desire are going to be a tremendous support to you in this process. So I hope you've found this video useful. And if you're a man that's wishing to develop himself in his masculine frame, I encourage you to check out my Sovereign Brotherhood. There are men that are on the path. There are men that are leaning into their challenges and overcoming them, and they might provide some support to you as you endeavor down your own path to becoming an extraordinary man. I also offer one-to-one coaching. You can find the details to reach out to me and to book a call in the captions beneath this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.